Hello, my dear children. Today we are going to start chapter 3 metals and non-metals. First, we have to know about elements. Elements are the pure form of matter. It means same type of particles are used to make an element. Here, I mean to say that elements are made up of same types of particles, that is atoms. On the basis of some properties, elements are classified into three types, mainly two types, metals and non-metals. The third type of elements are metalloids. Now I am going to define each one by one. The elements having tendency to make positive ion by donating by losing electrons are called metals. It means metals have a tendency to lose electrons to make positive ion in order to attain a stable electronic outermost configuration. Sodium, potassium, lithium, beryllium, iron, gold, cobalt, platinum, aluminum, zinc are examples of metals. Non-metals. Non-metals are the elements having tendency to gain to accept electrons to make negative ion in order to attain a stable electronic configuration, outermost electronic configuration. So these type of elements are called non-metals. Hydrogen, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, chlorine, fluorine, bromine, iodine, sulfur, inert gases, phosphorus are the examples of non-metals. Metalloids are the elements having properties of some properties of metals and some properties of non-metals both. These are called metalloids. It means they show properties of metals as well as non-metals both. Boron, silicon, germanium, stannine, polonium are the examples of metalloids. So, my dear children, now I am going to start metal. First, we will read all about the metals, then non-metals. Today, I am going to explain the physical properties of metals. The first characteristic property of metals is malleability. Malleability is the ability of substance due to which they can be converted into thin sheets by hammering. It means when metals are beaten, they are converted into thin sheets without breaking. This property of metals is used to prepare thin sheets of metal. Thin sheets of aluminum is used for packing food materials, chocolates, medicines, etc. Sheets of copper are used for making kitchen utensils. Sheets of iron are used for various purposes like for making boxes, buckets, drums, girders, etc. The second property of metal is ductility. Metals are ductile. Ductility is the tendency of a substance due to which the substance can be drawn into thin wires without breaking. When a metal is stretched, it is converted into thin wire. Gold is highly ductile metal. 1 gram of gold can be converted into 2 kilometer long thin wire. Wires of copper, aluminium are used for making electric wires and are used in electrical appliances and making electric circuits as connecting wires. Wires of iron are used for various purposes in buildings, in making bridges, for fencing, etc. Metals are good conductor of heat. It means metals allow the heat energy to pass through them easily. Due to this property, metals are used for making heating elements. Copper metal, aluminium metals are used for making cooking utensils like cooker, oven, pans, etc. Metals are good conductor of electricity. It means metals allow electrical energy to pass through them. Silver is the best conductor of electricity and heat also. Copper and aluminum wires are used for making electric wires used in electrical appliances and electric circuits. The wire of tungsten metal is used as filament in electric bulb. The another property of metal is that metals are lustrous. It means metals have a shiny surface. When we cut a metal into pieces, the surface, each piece has a shiny surface. This shining is known as metallic luster, which is the characteristic property of metals. Metals are generally hard. It means metals have ability to cope the effect of external force acting on it. Metals are generally hard. It means there are some metals which are soft. For example, sodium and potassium are very soft metals and they can be cut into small pieces with knife. Iron and copper are very hard and tough metals. The another property of metals is metals are very strong. I mean to say that tensile and strength of metals are very high. It means metals can hold heavy loads without breaking or snapping. Metals, when we use metals to carry heavy loads, they can easily carry them without breaking. Metals are solid at room temperature. There is only one metal, mercury, which is liquid at room temperature. Metals have high melting and boiling points. I mean here to say that metals are solid at room temperature, that is normal temperature. It means particles of matter are closely packed by a strong intermolecular force of attraction. So More and more energy is required to break the force of attraction in order to change the state of matter. Due to this, metals have high melting and boiling points. And due to high interparticle force of attraction, metals are closely packed. It means more and more mass occupies a small volume. It means more and more mass can be occupied, can be accommodated in small volumes. Due to this, densities of metals are very high. It means density means here mass per unit volume is called density. Density of iron is 7.8 gram per centimeter cube, whereas density of sodium is 0.97 gram per centimeter cube and potassium is 0.86 gram per centimeter cube. These two metals, sodium and potassium, have low densities. Metals are sonorous. It means metals produce ringing sound on striking. When we strike a metal, ringing sound is produced. In your school, when uncle strikes the bell, bell starts producing ringing sound. Metals are usually silvery gray in color, but there are some metals having characteristic color. For example, copper has a reddish brown color, whereas gold has yellowish color. Thank you. Today, next day, I will explain the chemical properties of metals. Now I think that you all are able now to answer the problems related to physical properties of metals. Thank you.